On this first weekend of 2019, I want to make you a promise. When you pray, you're partnering with God in a kingdom that will never, ever end. Giving is storing up treasures in heaven. That's a place that will never pass away. We'll spend forever there. And when you serve people, you are serving those who will not perish but have everlasting life.
But I do understand there's two aspects to the golf game, every golf game. There's the long game and the short game. Here's what you need to understand about God and prayer. God is always going to be more about the long game than the short game. You're always going to be more about the short game than the long game. And this is where perspective is so important when it comes to God answering prayer.
Expect worship to be all about God. You got it. Measure worship by outward expressions. What do we measure them by? Heart. Man looks on the outward experience. God looks on the heart. Yeah.
Happiness may be a good thing, but it can't get you through the tough things. This is where joy comes in. Joy is not contingent and it's not based on your circumstances. It's different than that. Joy is powerful. Joy is energizing. Joy is stabilizing. What if you could make joy your default mood?
1, 2. Freak out. Freak out. Let's freak. Say she. Freak out. Freak out. Let's freak. Say she. Freak out.
You're not the boss.
Freak out. Let's freak. Say she.
Verily, verily.
Don't you know your prayer language has been discontinued? It's time for an upgrade. Ha!
And sometimes it gets worse. Sometimes big things happen that you don't expect. I mean, things you did not see coming at all. And you're believing to see the goodness of God in the land of the living, but you're not seeing any goodness at all.
Being norm, 그 위에 나는 norm. Baby, baby, 나는 more. 좀 아는 you know what I'm saying. 오빤 강남 스타일. 오빤 강남 스타일.
Yeah.
The King is coming.
To be a Christian means that the future is more important than the present, and certainly more important than the past. So as we talk about the end of the world, we're talking about something extremely practical.
Oh, the King is coming. The King is coming. Praise God, He's coming for me.
What if what you've done is just build a cage? What if your holiness rules become less about relationships and more about protection? All I know is, if you built this, I'm going to say, I really think you should take down this front one. How are people going to get to you? And how are you going to get to people?
What we're called to be is to be a consistent presence in someone's life, to practice this ministry of being present with people and journeying with them in community.
It is important for me that we should be connecting with people outside of church, because people has to have the chance of having the sense of belonging.
So when you have found me, tell others. It's just as simple as that, but sharing what little faith you have.
It's important in my life to invite others because I want to see other people saved. It's like when you're going through like a problem, but it's because you have Jesus, you can get through something. And you want people who are suffering to know about that and experience the same joy that you do.
You know, we can be a church. Let's be different though. Let's show that we know God by the way we love each other first. There is something rich about having people that are much older than you in your life and people that are much younger than you in your life. You need that. There's something about having friends that are outside your cultural mix. Boy, what a beautiful thing. A way to get stretched and you get to enjoy the beauty of life and the creation that God has given us. These are choices you make to lean into community. So how we love each other, and then ultimately how we love this world. But Jesus. Would you say that with me? But Jesus. Jesus opened the way. Jesus tore this curtain in two, and he opened the way that we could get into the presence of God together. We are changed in God's presence.
Yes, Jesus flipped the script so that we are no longer stuck in the script of our own human making that ends in death. But now, how many are thankful we can be part of God's second chance script? He laid down his life, and he is the door that we can now enter. Now, whoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life.